All right, today we are starting a new unit on volume and surface area of Prism. So today what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about how to find the volume and surface area of a rectangular prism. What is a rectangular prism? Well, most of you know it as a box. That is what a rectangular prism is. It's the easiest one, and that's one we're going to go through first for you. So let's first talk about finding the volume. Finding the volume of a rectangular prism is fairly simple. Finding the volume means we need the length, we need the width, and we need the height. So we need the length, the width, and the height. So what do you do to find the volume of a rectangular prism? What you need to do to find the volume, and you should be taking notes on this. In fact, I'll give you about 15 seconds here to get paper out if you haven't already done so, and take notes on this. Define the volume of a rectangular prism, which is like a box. It's simply the length times the width times the height. The length times the width times the height. So let's do an example. Let's say, for example, the length is 12 centimeters. The width is 5 centimeters. And the height is 8 centimeters. So we've got 12 times 5 times 8. When we do that math, 12 times 5 is 60. 60 times 8 is 480. And those are called cubic centimeters because we are taking the volume of a cube, if that makes sense to you. So hopefully that makes sense. Finding the volume. Length times width times height. The example here, 12 centimeters times 5 centimeters times 8 centimeters equals 480 cubic centimeters. Now that we know how to do the volume, I would like you to try the volume of this one. So let me click on this, and you take a little time to find the volume of this. I will not give you much time to do this. I don't think finding volume is very difficult. The length is 8 centimeters. The width is 2 centimeters. The height is 5 centimeters. Find the volume. Your time is just about up. Tick tock. And did you get this answer? The answer to this one would be 8 times 2 is 16. 16 times 5 is 80. 80 cubic centimeters. Did y'all get that? Good. Except for a couple of you, didn't you? A couple of you screwed even the volume up. How could you do that? Anyways, I'm going to move on. Hopefully those that got it wrong can get it right the next time. Moving on. You know how to find the volume. In fact, I'm going to change my view on this just a little bit. I'm going to zoom out to 100%. We're not going to find the volume on this one. Instead, we do the second part of this. We are going to find the surface area. Did you guys like how that changed right there? Today, we're going to find the surface area. Right now, we're going to find the surface area. Please have those notes out. Make sure you understand what you're doing. Define the surface area. Again, we need the length, the width, and the height. We need those same things. But here's how it's a little bit different. Surface area doesn't measure the volume, it measures the surface area. So for example, you see what I'm dragging up here. This little piece, you notice how that measures the front portion of this. So this part here measures the front portion of this. But if I slide it all the way to the back, it also measures the back portion of this. So the surface area, there's two sides here, the front and the back. Actually, if you look at the cube, let's just backtrack for a moment. Look at the cube. How many sides are there on a cube? Hey, you should have your answer by now if you've been paying attention. There are 6 sides. The front and the back are 2 of those sides. Now, if we look at the front and the back, I know you're all impressed that I just did that to you. Do you see how that white showed up, front and back? The front and the back, the area of both of those are 12 times 8 or 96. 96 is the area of the front. 96 is the area of the back. Are we done yet? Of course not, because how many sides are there? 6. And we've only done the front and the back so far. So, look at this cute little thing I've got going right here. This is for the top. I know it doesn't match up perfectly. Get over yourself. That is for the top That is for the bottom. So we've got the top and the bottom. You know I'm going to do something cool now. Slide this over here, and there it is. It's the top and the bottom. Now, the top, if I bring this back over here, the length on that is 12. The width on that is 5. So the top and the bottom are both 5 times 12, or 60. 60 for the top, 60 for the bottom. We've done now 4 sides, and you do remember there were 6 sides. So yes, if we've done the front and the back, yes, we've done the top and the bottom. There is the left, which is over here. Oh, look at how perfectly that fits. Mr. Anderson, you're the greatest. And there's also the right, which is over here. So the right, the left, and you know it. I'm going to make the white appear. There's the left and the right. I know it doesn't quite all fit. Get over yourselves again. Just deal with it. The left and the right are both 5 times 8, or 40 for the left, 40 for the right. Now, what is the total surface area? The total surface area adds up all these sides. So if I click on this nice little red arrow here, we're going to add the 2 96s, we're going to add the 2 60s, we're going to add the 2 40s for a grand total of 392 square centimeters. Because each of these doesn't measure volume, they don't measure cubes, they just measure the area, which is always square units. So, hopefully that makes sense. By the way, is there anything over here for me to click? Nope, guess not. I was checking the left-hand corner for all of you wondering. Now, moving on, I want you to try one, and it's not that hard. Surface area, you try. I've got a 10 by 5 by 7. Go ahead, try. Put together your front and your back first if you need to. Come on, for all of those, and because I have to do this for future years, I can't call out names of students right now. Otherwise, you know who you would be if I said, come on, get your pencil and start working. Hello, start working. Thank you. It's not that big of a deal to pick up a pencil and work. All right. Hopefully you have your front and back done by now. The numbers are pretty easy. The top and the bottom. By the way, there they are for you. I know I didn't give you much time to do it. Actually, I should have given you plenty of time. But front and back, 10 by 7. Top and bottom, 10 by 5s. The right and the left, 7 by 5s. If you did all the multiplication, you should have had 2 70s, 2 50s, 2 35s, and when you add those all together, you get a grand total for your total surface area of 310 square centimeters. But that's not all. In case you were wondering, what was the very first thing we did today? We found the volume. Will you please do me a favor and take those 3 numbers, the 10, the 5, and the 7, and find the volume of this to make sure you know how to do that? No, that means all of you pick up a pencil and do this. You shouldn't need a calculator, although some of you are going to use it, and I know you're going to, but go ahead. All right, you should have got, come on, come in there. What's the volume? The volume on this is 10 times 5 is 50, times 7, 350 cubic centimeters for your volume. Hopefully you know how to do this. Now Mr. Anderson is going to put on the board your homework to get done. By the way, the homework you need to do is due in class today. Get it done, and then you got your homework done, and Mr. Anderson will stamp something. I don't know what he'll quite stamp, but he'll stamp something for you. He'll let you know. Thank you. Have a great day.